What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're gonna react to, man, I haven't seen a video from this guy in a minute. Sir Spooks. 11 scary videos, not for the faint of heart. Just in case, you guys, for those first-time viewers, I am a paranormal investigator reacting to paranormal caught on tape compilation videos done by these amazing YouTubers putting in their work. So I will put his information in the description section. That's still freaking, yeah, I've been doing this for like almost a year and I still can't say that pretty well. Anyway, 11 scary videos, not for the faint of heart. Let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks and today we'll take a look at 11 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. The first video we'll be taking a look at comes to us from the popular Paranormal Encounters subreddit and was posted by a user known as sLead. The uploader explains that at the time this video was filmed, 8 years ago, they were working as a rehab nurse and they had the night shift. One of the patients sadly passed away and they prepared her body for the family to come visit and the mortuary to take her away. sLead says that the hall was mostly empty and there was nobody at all near their room. They also explained that it was the middle of the night and so there wouldn't be any TVs being turned on that late. This is why what happened next was so shocking to the uploader. Watch this. As you just saw and heard, some really strange voices are seemingly coming from the phone. In the words of the uploader, quote, "The dead woman's call light turns on. I go down there and shut it off. It was hanging on the wall, nowhere near the body. I go back to my station. The light turns on again. This time, I answer it on the phone just so it will turn off without me having to go down there. That's when the speaker turns on and I hear this in her room. Can anyone make out the words?"
Yo.
Some people in the comments have pointed out that they could hear the words birthday and daughter, but there isn't much else that people have been able to decipher, sadly. What do you guys make of this highly unsettling video? Do you think there's someone trying to contact this rehab nurse from the dead? And if so, what else are they saying on the phone? Be sure to let me know your thoughts down below.
Guys, that's yeah, man. I've long said that, my opinion, one of the most haunted locations that you could ever go to are hospitals, churches, and cemeteries. And if you work in a hospital, especially within the morgue area, and dealing with death on a daily basis, you should be able, or not able, you should be experiencing something. So it's unfortunate that I find death interesting. I know, unfortunately the person passing away might not feel the same way, but it's just interesting, these instances. Like, put yourself in this nurse's shoes. Somebody from the morgue is using the phone. That's a wild thought. Or even so, like, it would be almost like a using a baby monitor, right? And just leaving it in the morgue, and you just doing you and just leaving it on and just hear what happens, knowing that there's nobody that's supposed to be down there, and you get like noises that shouldn't be. That's wild. Let's go.
Over on the Paranormal Encounters subreddit, a user by the name of Pluto Seeker shared a bizarre video just a few days ago that's gotten a lot of people talking and theorizing. The uploader explains that he and his girlfriend put up cameras in their new home workshop the night before and started recording footage when they captured something that took them both off guard.
A whole shadow just went all across the room.
Out of nowhere, a mysterious dark shadow can be seen flying past inside of the uploader's living room. He says the footage was filmed at 4:31 AM and clarifies that the windows were covered. He also says that he has no clue as to what was captured on the footage and is hoping that anyone online will have a theory that'll make sense.
The only thing I am questioning is this right over here. This is obviously close to the camera. So the shadow actually is like the very tip over here is kind of, you know, you're seeing it here. So it's not just up against the wall. It almost basically covered this whole thing over here and part of this. So it makes, it wasn't that it had to be something behind the camera moving. There is some sort of light source or something, and it just came across. That is how it looks. Now, if we go by what we are seeing and hearing, then this is an incredible catch. This is an incredible catch. Believing that there is nobody else here and they call this shadow.
Sense. Because this video is so new, there haven't been any concrete answers given to Pluto Seeker, but we can only hope that this mystery gets solved soon so he can go back to living his life in peace, unafraid of whatever this strange thing is.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Ugh.
A Furby is an electronic robotic toy that is designed to resemble a mix between an owl and a hamster. The toys quickly became a pop culture phenomenon due to their interactive capabilities and unique, evolving personalities. However, there's something undeniably unsettling about them that millions of people can't quite put their finger on. If you're one of the many people out there that have a fear of Furbies, then this following piece of footage is going to make you terrified of them for life. The video in question was posted to TikTok in March of 2025 by a man named Conan Andrew and showcases the Furby sitting in his room, which he says he purchased at a thrift store, broken. For the first little while in the video, all seems to be perfectly fine, but that all changes rather quickly when this happens. Out of nowhere, the eerie-looking children's toy moves by itself, much to Conan's horror and bewilderment. Is it possible that this particular Furby was possessed by the spirit of a deceased individual? Or do you think it's more likely that this toy was simply malfunctioning? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
The video would have been a lot better if he would have just went straight to it and showed us that there's no battery in this toy. Because yeah, if he got it from a thrift shop, it's most likely a damaged toy. But the vocals are most likely damaged. Doesn't mean that the mechanics are not. So this would have been amazing if he would have walked up and showed us that there's no batteries.
This next video that was posted to Reddit has been garnering a ton of talk among people, and it's not hard to see why. The video in question is blurry drone footage filmed in a forest in an undisclosed location. At first, the video appears relatively normal, but things take a considerably stranger turn in just a matter of seconds.
Is this a Bigfoot video? Oh.
Suddenly, a tall and lanky creature can be seen bounding its way through the forest, almost like it knows it's being filmed by a drone high up above, and
It
it's
even
trying to
looked up.
avoid being seen. Of course, naturally, lots of people believe that this footage showcases none other than Bigfoot himself, which definitely seems to be a possibility, but others are not so convinced. In fact, a large number of people, including the person that uploaded this to the Bigfoot subreddit, believe that it could be the result of AI. The uploader explains that he believes the lack of ground disturbance under the entity seems a bit off to him. But he says that the movements of the creature also seem too deliberate and intelligent to be the result of a run-of-the-mill AI creator. So what do you guys think? Do you believe that this footage is legitimate video proof of Bigfoot's existence, or is this just the result of a highly skilled and professional AI software?
Well, all I'm gonna say is that if you guys take a look right down here, you'll see that there is a logo of the Shadow Files podcast, to which I am part of their podcast, and it is ran by Gary and Jeremy. And these guys are from Australia, from the WAPA research group, West Australian paranormal researchers. And we talk about everything: conspiracies, creatures, cryptids, paranormal, obviously, so on and so forth. We have a good old time. And we have guests on this podcast also. And we interviewed a gentleman by the name of Ray Doherty, and he is a Yowie expert. So, if you guys don't know what's a Yowie, is basically an Australian Bigfoot. America, Bigfoot, Yowie, Australia, and I think Sasquatch is Asian, so on and so forth. So I would love for them to see this clip. That's for sure. Uh AI generated. Here's the issue with AI generation. You could basically do whatever you want, which is making it very difficult for paranormal victims. Yes, there are people that actually experience paranormal activity and they do not know what to do or how to move forward. And the only way they could get help, because not everybody believes in paranormal, not everybody is going to jump up and, take a case right away just because somebody is saying so and so. So you need people to go in there, or you need a way to get evidence of some sort of paranormal activity so you could get the help that you need. But with AI, is making it difficult because AI could pretty much do anything and everything. So yes, this could be AI generated for sure. But at the same time, it's a shame because everything can. AI is AI, artificial intelligence, guys. Hi,
In
Miss
February of
Mrs.
2025, a man named Michael J. Beck has uploaded a video to his TikTok account which sees him wandering around an abandoned building to see if there's anything of interest inside. The video, which was filmed in Nashville, sees Michael wandering around the building for a couple of seconds, unable to find anything, except he says he may be hearing voices. Just as soon as he says this, he finds himself even more terrified than he was just seconds before.
Yeah, I'm at this abandoned prison in Nashville, and I've been hearing.
Damn, dude. I was just about to say that gate looks like he's in a prison, not like a regular building complex, like an apartment building. Yeah.
Voices. and I'm not sure if it's real or not. Oh my god.
Instantly, the door that's directly in front of him can be seen closing slowly, while an ominous shadowy entity with piercing glowing eyes stares at him from behind the door. Unfortunately, the video ends just a couple of seconds after this creature makes an appearance, so it's unclear exactly what happened next. There's also not a lot of context provided with this video, so it's not clear why exactly Michael was in this particular abandoned building. Is it possible that he heard stories of this place and wanted to see if the rumors were true? Also, the obvious question: what in the world was this creature with the glowing eyes? Did it have any ill intent? These are questions that we will most likely never get the answer to.
All right, so here is my 2 cents. So, from what I gathered, all of that could have been orchestrated, and the two eyes, for some reason, was this the original video or was it edited by you, Sir Spooks, in any way? Because unfortunately, the two eyes, it seems like it was actually, uh, I don't know, doing some white noise dance movement there, flickering in and out. I mean, even before you pause the video, to show the two eyes, I was already seeing it, so I'm just wondering if that was part of the edit to make this video, or is that the original? Because then if it is the original video, it was edited and that was orchestrated. That is my 2 cents. But regardless, the fact that he could just willy-nilly walk into a prison, an abandoned prison, it's insane to me because it is so difficult to find an abandoned prison that you could just walk in. If I find one here in Florida, I'm I'm gonna get curious enough to walk into this place. Unfortunately, I don't do any breaking and entering, but if there is a way to walk in without doing either or, I just might do that.
This next piece of footage we'll be having a look at was posted on the UFO subreddit and is one of the most interesting UFO sighting videos that you'll watch in quite some time. The footage was marked by the Department of Defense (DoD) and was taken on January 15th, 2023. Take a look at the video and see for yourself just why this video has been a hot topic online recently.
Twenty 2023.
In the video, we watch as what seems like a UFO arrives in view of the camera and seems to spit out a bunch of what appears to be tiny orbs all around the sky. What could possibly be going on here? Apparently, according to the uploader, this case is yet to be solved and it's been baffling people on the internet for the past 2 years. However, one commenter believes that they have the answer, saying, quote, "You're looking at an MQ-9 in the first part of this video. The last half is looking at an airplane from far away from an MQ-9 sensor ball. The little squares coming off of it are the software trying to find a place within the image that the sensor can lock onto, called tracks." End quote. So does this really have a boring explanation to it? And if so, why wouldn't the DoD be able to come up with that answer? Something about this seems off.
I mean, that is a very good explanation. Very good explanation. So, but maybe I missed it, but he was describing the plane. What was that uh circular object that flew right above it going across? Because everything else, yeah, sure, yeah, definitely. I see. I actually even thought about that. Maybe all of those orbs are just the camera trying to track the movement, and that could have been just an actual extra, the same plane. That's my first thought. But from the very first clip, you see the plane going this way, the another object going this way, and yeah, yeah. But that's the best explanation. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Over on the Paranormal Encounters subreddit, a user by the name of Fluesta posted a video that he says he got from a friend, which showcases some home surveillance camera footage that was filmed overnight. Take a look at the video and see what happens. For the first couple of seconds, all appears to be nice and quiet in this house, but that gets disturbed rather quickly when out of nowhere, a water jug can be seen forcefully getting thrown to the floor by something invisible. A comment that was made on the video by a Reddit user known as A. Pittman27 provides some much appreciated context that will give us a better idea as to what was going on here. It reads as follows, quote, "Hi dude, this is my house. Sorry about the mess. Kinda have a baby and didn't think to clean it before setting up this fake ass video. This is why I did not post this video for all to see. I knew there would be naysayers for sure, but the keyboard warriors really get to me. I have no other explanation for you and can tell y'all till I'm blue in the face that this is real. I have no reason to make this up. Didn't post it everywhere for likes. OP is our friend and wanted to show the video. The reason the camera is in the kitchen is the day before we found the same watering can after it went missing for weeks. We found the watering can on the kitchen counter, so we set up the camera the day the watering can appeared, not thinking it would actually capture something. This isn't the only occurrence of weird shit we captured on the camera, but yeah, not sharing for the rude public. In conclusion, believe what you want, but it's a real video and I'm a real human mom with a real life kitchen and real life feelings. Bye." End quote. This comment is a clear representation of why many people decide not to upload their paranormal evidence on the internet. Anyone who has ever uploaded their alleged paranormal footage has been met with ridicule and mean comments. And that's just really unfortunate and frustrating, to say the least. So what do you guys think now that you know the context? Do you think that there is something paranormal roaming the halls of this mother's house? Is there something else at play here? And if so, what? Be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking.
Well, honestly, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. This is why there are real paranormal victims out there, and they are afraid to share their stories because of everybody else that's doing crap that is faking paranormal activity. Because I could tell you right now that could easily be orchestrated with a string. It was just the one object moving towards the one direction, and it could have been pulled and yanked at the very end. That could have easily be done by strings. But what made this video is her description, and I liked it. I found that it was very, emotionally charged, and she is describing her experience, and due to society, she didn't want to put it out. Somebody else did for her. So that just, you know irritates me more when I see fake videos. And this is the reason why I do what I do. As much fun as it is to watch compilation paranormal content videos, me myself going out there in the field and investigating myself. But this is the reason why I do what I do, is because in a way I'm gonna call out the BS. And there are real videos out there. There are very good videos, very entertaining videos, very educational videos. And this is one of those instances where I get upset because of people trying to grab their 15 minutes of fame, trying to fake a video using the paranormal field. And it's offensive and it's dangerous for paranormal victims. So I like this video mostly or absolutely due to the the letter, the what she said about it.
On July 16th, 2019, a YouTube channel posted a video with the title of "Some Cursed Video I Found" that has terrified viewers ever since it got posted, and it's not hard to see why. The video in question is a POV shot of someone outside at night walking out to their backyard, only to seemingly press a random button on the ground. At first, it seems as though nothing of interest happens, but that all changes in the blink of an eye. In seconds, a huge and lanky creature can be seen rapidly making its way toward the videographer on all fours before the video ends abruptly, leaving us all to wonder what in the world we just watched. Interestingly, the cameraman has no reaction when this creature comes bounding toward him, almost as if he completely expected this to happen, which is quite bizarre. A lot of people have pointed out that the creature in the video looks a lot like the infamous rake, which seems quite accurate if you ask me. But what is this thing really? We'll likely never know.
Well, I could tell you this: that button on the floor, that's a bell. That's one of those, counter bells. Ding 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 ding. That's a bell. And he was, due to the grittiness and the worst quality camera I've ever seen in my life. Depending on how you're holding it in an angle, that could be his pet. I think is too big to be a dog, but there are people out there, especially in these international places, that have horses or mules or an ostrich or whatever. The fact is that he rang that bell, and that creature with the worst video quality ever came out booking it, going to its owner. That's what I believe.
The following video was uploaded to the High Strangeness subreddit by a user known as 87 Lucas Oliveira and was filmed on a farm in El Salvador on February 6, 2025. The footage in question shows the property being filmed at night, while a pack of dogs can be seen and heard barking at something in the distance that they clearly aren't too happy with. But what are they barking at? We're about to find out. A bizarre humanoid-looking shadow or transparent apparition can be seen at the back of the property, moving from left to right. As for what exactly this creepy entity is, nobody knows for sure. To this day, this case hasn't been solved. What do you guys think this entity is? Do you think it's something sinister, or do you think this might just be something totally harmless? Let me know in the comments.
All All right. So my issue with this video is frame per second. The quality, once again, of the camera. As you can see, even with the dog moving around, it kind of blurs out and leaves like a trail of himself behind, right? Now, I have to say that the dog did look pretty clear, even though it got fuzzy when it was in movement. Um, but it makes me question because the black dog was actually standing still, to which he could even, perfect. But the white dog was more visible because obviously is the white fur, but he was the only one moving around. But what if I would like to see a video of a person wearing black clothes walking across that field? Because dogs barking in an area like this, I was born and raised here in the United States, but I did vacation to my family's. We're Dominican. They're from the Dominican Republic. They made themselves, U.S. citizens and all this. We are in 2025, and you know, they live in a very rural area. Would it be considered rural? I mean, we say campo, camposino, campo. Um, I don't know, in the muck, in the back ends, in the whatever. Dogs are all over the place, and they start barking most likely due to some sort of distress going on with another dog, and that's their way of communication. Maybe some dog was getting chased or even mauled down by whatever other animal that is out there in the wild, right? So that's just their way of communication. Now, like I said, I would like to see a video of the same video of somebody walking around with a black clothing on.
A Reddit user named Buddy Price posted a video to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit 10 months ago that has been freaking people out ever since, and for good reason. The video shows the man and his dog staring out of a window, watching the backyard shed for something. Be sure to take a good look behind this shed and see if you notice anything unusual.
Bro, what the
A creepy dark silhouette of a human is seen lurking behind the shed for unknown reasons. The uploader explains that the video in question was filmed at his grandma's house and says that the year or two prior to this video being taken was when his grandfather had passed away. Do you think it's possible that the person lurking behind the shed is that of his late grandfather, or is this something else entirely? Hopefully it's just his grandfather coming back to pay a visit from the dead, and not something with sinister intentions.
Honestly, that is my belief. Loved ones try to reach out and communicate. They're not going to be standing behind a freaking barn, shed, whatever that looked like, trying to hide. And usually, a human entity is not going to look like a pitch black shadow figure, also. It is said that shadow figures are in demonic in nature, which I don't believe either. I don't really, man, for like a demonic entity, that's a rare case right there. I believe this was just a person behind the shed. The Whether or not it was orchestrated is a whole other thing. This guy is like a 2 3 second video, and he's pandering the camera back and forth, which is one of those signals that it was orchestrated for me. I miss it.
Chris from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill is widely known in the online community for uploading lots of videos of himself exploring some of the creepiest abandoned buildings known to man, and this next video of his is just as creepy as the rest. In this particular video, Chris is exploring an abandoned factory in the middle of the night. He went to this factory 2 years in the past, and during his exploration found a homeless man in the corner, deep within the factory. On his second trip back, just 7 minutes into his journey, is when the horror kicks in. Watch this.
Dude, not for nothing. I mean, this is what I do also. I like to go into abandoned locations and explore while I am conducting EVP session, while, trying to conduct investigation methods. But this is what I like to do. I like to go to abandoned locations. I am working on the new series that I am remaking of all of my Stranger's Journey. I have a couple of videos out there, but I want to, now that I have developed more of a editing skill and new software and all this, I am trying to make it look and be better than what I have. But regardless, all the EVPs that you see, pictures, videos, everything is real, you guys, on Stranger's Journey. I'm just waiting to do the remake. Now, this guy, I would love to investigate with this dude because it seems like we pretty much uh, two peas in a pod. The only thing I won't do is go to places like this by myself. Not because I'm afraid, well, yeah, I'll be afraid because for my safety, it would be very uneasy for me to just walk around an abandoned location because you don't know what could happen or who's in there.
Super sketchy. Walking underneath this. What the hell is that?
Super dangerous, you
What is
guys.
that? What the hell is that?
A bizarre knocking noise can be heard coming from a bit farther away. Despite being weirded out by it, Chris nevertheless presses onward. A bit later on, Chris's light goes out, so he uses his phone flashlight. From here, things take a seriously bizarre and unsettling turn, to say the least.
Very good reason as to why you should always have a companion, even if it's just one other person. It better safe than sorry, you guys. Could you imagine he can get the light on? How is he gonna get out? He can't. He's stuck there in the pitch blackness of an abandoned building, and God only knows what's in there.
My light went out. Jesus Christ. Man, are you serious right now?
As Chris continues to make his way through the eerie factory, he finds himself in for one last scare as he walks down a creepy hallway. It's here in which Chris makes the horrifying discovery that he might not be alone in there.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
A person walks past the hallway, and afterwards, the sound of some glass being kicked can be heard. As we already know, this is the second time Chris has ventured to this particular place to do a video. But let's just hope that after these two times, Chris will no longer return here, just in case something even more horrible awaits him on his third visit. And that was a
Wait a minute. I thought we were gonna see that he found that guy. I was waiting for him to see what was his reaction when he found that guy. I mean, yeah, it's a very black shadow figure. And when he found that guy on the cross in the Blair Witch position, you could, he didn't have a shirt on. You could see his, underwears, whatever. Man, I was hoping to see what was his reaction to that. But regardless, he has great content. I like to see his stuff. Um, the only thing I'm gonna say to him is, doing these kind of videos is not worth your safety, my guy. So, if you need a partner, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I will definitely love to do it. I'm located in Florida, so hopefully you closer than far. And hey, man, hit me up. Hit me up.
11 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
All right. Awesome, awesome. I'm gonna start reacting to more Sir Spooks videos because he's very detailed and all of the content that he gets is from Reddit. So you know what? I feel like I'm gonna start doing some videos and just scrolling down Reddit pages and just to throw out different stuff out there. But anyway, you guys, if you are enjoying this, please support the channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.